This sweet mini dog kit was in a surprise tote bag favor from a recent event that I attended. I didn't realize what it was until I was working on the miniature fuchsia plants in the back there. So I searched online for dog-shaped planter boxes in real size, and I thought this would be great for my miniature fuchsia plants as another planter pot. As I tried to open the bag, I kept pushing pieces and then I felt a little crack, so I decided to use my scissors to open it and to pull it out. And I pull out the little piece. The wood is very fragile and delicate. I think it's about 1/8 of an inch basswood. The pieces I think were inside of the laser cut areas, but when I was pushing, I pushed them out. So I'm hoping I didn't break anything too bad. The first thing I see, there's 3 rectangle shapes, and I just want to make sure that they're all the same size. And I think they'll go together, all vertically, trying to make like a little U shape. So I'm just going to double check the sizes just to make sure they're all the same. So the kit came with the wood pieces there on that little sheet that was laser cut, and then the photograph of the dog with a little name on the back, little bits. I had already gathered up a bunch of materials and supplies, anticipating from the photograph what I might need to use. The back end of the puppy came out, and then that little piece that I think I heard crack, I just used my tweezers with it, and now I'm trying to take out the front end. It's kind of caught on that little middle piece there that was in between both of the legs, the front and back paws. Oops, see, came apart there. It's very fragile, and I guess I wasn't very delicate with that. Okay, so I get the top piece out, or the front piece, and then I have the 3 planter pieces. Now I'm wondering how I'm going to get stuff out. I'm trying to figure out if that's a piece there, that funny little bow tie thing, but I think it ends up just being the cutout piece in between the 2 leg sets. And I'm thinking I might have to use my X-Acto knife to get this out, but it doesn't. It comes out pretty easy. I think that's the nose area, the snout area. I'm not sure what this piece is, and I break it. Well, I don't really break it completely. There's like a little tab on the end, and that little piece comes off. Okay, so now I think I'm going to try the X-Acto knife to see if I can get the other piece out without breaking it, the other one that looks similar to it. Again, I'm not really sure what that piece is. It's okay. I do the same thing that I did with the other one. So that little tab, I accidentally break off, and once I figure out what it is, I think I'll be able to use it or glue it where it needs to go. Now, the 3 little tiny circle pieces, I'm guessing that are maybe the eyes or the tongue and the nose, I'm not sure. They all come right out, and I'm hoping that I don't lose them before the end of the project. So I'm going to put them in a little bottle cap before I get to them, but they come right out. And now the final 2 little pieces, they almost look like an eyebrow or eyebrows, and those come out very easily too. So now I decide to go ahead and see if I can just put the pieces where I think they go. Like the muzzle, I think, goes in the front, and then the eyebrows. I don't think that is really a bow or any piece right there. So now I have my 2 little broken pieces, and I think they must be for the ear, and so I'm trying to look at my little photograph, and that little puppy, the white puppy's ears are going straight up. And I'm trying to figure out where the piece broke off and how I'm going to do it. And then I get to looking at this dog compared to my little photograph over there, and I don't think it's the same dog. I think the little white dog is a Yorkshire dog, and I think this little kit might be like a Schnauzer or something. I'm going to have to look that up. I believe the photo is just to show what the kit is going to look like once it's assembled. I think the dog in the photo is actually a Yorkshire or a Yorkie, and my surprise kit dog is a Schnauzer. So I look up information about those dogs, and I see that many times the ears are folded over. Now my mystery is solved, and I know how to put them. My friend has one of these dogs, and the dog is a white dog, or kind of a creamy white dog. So that's what I'm going to continue to paint the dog that same color. So now I'm going to test part of the scrap wood to see how it takes the paint, to see if it's going to warp or if it's going to get a lot of little burrs on it, just to see how it's going to look before I actually put it on the dog pieces. Once the scrap piece of wood is dried from the paint, I take a look at it and it does have a little bit of burrs that are on it. But I like it because it kind of looks like the fur, so I'm not going to sand that down. I'm just going to go ahead and start to paint the pieces. Sometimes on laser kits, the outside pieces have that darkened edge from where the laser cut into the material. And you may be able to rub it off, but in this case, it seems like it's fine, and I'm going to go ahead and paint. I think it'll give it a little bit of a 3D look. For the dog front and the back end, I paint both sides of the pieces. But for the other facial parts, the ear, the eyebrows, and the muzzle, I just paint the front end and a little bit of the sides. Before I paint the planter middle rectangle shapes, I just kind of do a little dry fit to see how it's going to go. I'm going to put the sides on the outside of the bottom piece. And I think I'm going to add some little brace supports on the side ends. So I'm going to measure that piece, and then I'm going to cut 2 little pieces from the scrap wood. And now I'm ready to go ahead and paint the planter rectangles and the 2 little support pieces. So the 3 rectangle pieces have a little bit of a difference. 2 of them go with a grain of wood and the one goes against horizontally. So I'm going to put the one that goes horizontal and I'm going to make that the base. And I think what I wanted to do is maybe cut some slats in it for drainage. But the wood is just too delicate. So instead I decide to use a gray color pencil and just make 3 vertical lines. And I do it on the bottom and on the top. You could do this with the gray pencil, and I also got the black pencil out to see if maybe I would want that instead, but I think the gray is actually going to look okay too. Next, I apply glue to the ends of the middle bottom end of the planter on either end, and I'm going to put those little support pieces on there. Just put a little dab of glue on my toothpick and go on the ends. I use my tweezers to press it into place, making sure the edges all align. I let the ends dry a little bit, and now I'm ready to put the sides on. I apply a little bit of glue to the support ends and then to the sides of the middle piece. I press the side piece on, get it flat so I can align everything all together, and I'm going to press it to shape and then remove any excess glue. Repeat for the other side, adding glue and then pressing the side to the bottom piece and using my toothpick to get rid of a little bit of the extra glue. I use 2 paper punches and place the little pot in between so it can dry to shape. Next, the eyes and the nose. I considered painting them, but then decided to try permanent marker. First, I tested it on my scrap piece to see if it would spread, or the ink would spread, but it did not. So then I used the tweezers to help me hold the tiny bits while I colored them with the permanent marker. While the eyes and the nose dry, I'm going to glue on the muzzle, and I just apply a little glue to the back, and then I put it kind of where I think it's going to fit on the face, right above the shoulders. Then I glue on the little ear pieces, and there's a curved spot right at the top that matches the curve on the piece. And then I glue on the eyebrows a little bit underneath the ears. I finger press all the little parts I just glued on until they dry. And then I apply little dots of glue for the eyes and for the nose. I use the tweezers to put the eyes underneath the eyebrows. I'm going to get the nose to put on it, and all of a sudden I can't find the nose. It popped right out of my tweezers. But luckily I see it over there by the little back paw. I'm able to put it on, and then I press the pieces down. I think about adding a little bit of the mouth and then maybe a vertical line underneath the nose connecting the mouth, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for right now. And I'm going to try to assemble the pieces together, the front, the back, and the middle. It looks like I can go 1/2 inch from the base of the paws to put the bottom of the planter. I glue the one end, and then I take the back end of the puppy and I press it into place. I add glue to the other end, and then I place the front of the puppy to that and press, and then remove any excess glue. I place the dog or puppy inside of the two paper punches while it dried, and now I'm just doing a little touch-up paint on top of the ears and a little bit on the eyebrows, and just kind of going around and seeing if I need any spots touched up, like on the sides. When the paint dries, I try some little floral flowers or fuchsias into the planter section. This is just temporary until I decide what flowers I'm actually going to put into it, but I like this little planter. This was a wonderful surprise tote bag favor. It will work great for holding plants. I hope you enjoyed the video assembling a dog-shaped planter box kit. Thank you so much for watching and sharing.